Hi, this is Draw My Marriage by Roseanne Orgill, or Mama O. Okay, so you guys know you've heard the story when you were little, and uh, they all lived happily ever after. Well, this is after happily ever after. You know how you think that he's gonna ride in on a white horse and carry you away, and well, I'm going to tell you what to do after you're happily ever after. And the fairy tales are all fun, but you got to make it happen. You got to make your happily ever after. It's not just going to happen. Okay, here we go. So, first of all, you have to decide, and I don't call them I don't call them arguing. I call them disagreements. You disagree on things. Okay, and you've got to decide, is this the hill you really want to die on? Are you really going to pursue this particular disagreement and die on this hill? Is this going to be the end of your marriage? You have to make a decision. Is this the hill I'm going to die on? And don't call them arguments. Say, oh, we're arguing. Say, we're disagreeing. Okay, so think about this. Is it worth the end of your marriage? Is it worth dying for? You have to make this decision. Okay, we're going to go through some do's and some don'ts in your marriage. Okay? Do pray together. Whatever religion you are, pray together every night and every morning. Do this. Let your children see this. This is a must. Without God, you can't do this. So pray together. Okay? If you want your marriage to work, build each other up. This is very important. Say nice things. Don't say, oh, I don't like this or whatever. Well, you know what I mean. And when you feel something mean coming on, shut your mouth. This is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do, was shut my mouth. Just shut it. Don't say it. It's really hard to take it back. Count to 10 before you say something. It's really important to control what comes out of your mouth. Go on a walk if you're angry. Don't stay there. Get away from each other till you calm down. Go on dates. Go on dates every week or at least once a month. Go on dates and be together. Talk together. Because you're growing together. You're growing and learning and changing, and you want to do that together. And you want to respect each other. Be nice. Don't say mean things. I don't know why people do that when they're married. Say cruel, mean things. Say nice things. And this is how you can keep your marriage together. Respecting is really a big part of your marriage. Okay, let's go through some don'ts. Don't use sarcasm and say, oh, I was just being sarcastic. Just don't even say it. Oh, you look how big your head is, just kidding, or whatever. Just don't do it. It's not nice. That was one of the rules we did straight off in our marriage. We thought it was funny at first, and then we realized not to do the sarcasm. And don't say the D word, which is divorce. We call it the D word because we don't say it. Don't say it, because what are you going to do if somebody, one of the other person says, okay, let's do it, and you really don't want to. So don't say divorce. Don't hit or yell. That's a big no-no. Control yourself. It's a big no down. Big do not do. And don't tear each other down. Why would you do that? If you want your marriage to work, do not belittle the person. Don't lie. Be truthful. Tell the truth. Trust is a very big part of marriage. And once you've lost that trust, it takes years to get that trust back. Do not lie. If you think you're protecting each other, it's going to cause trouble. Don't tell your troubles to someone else. This is a biggie. If something's wrong in your marriage, tell your spouse. Don't go tell somebody else, because that person that you're telling your troubles to will try to sympathize with you and try and fix it. You need to tell your spouse. That's where we get into trouble, where you think, well, I'm going to tell so and so at work, or I'm going to talk to my mother, I'm going to talk to my sister, or my friend, or my brother, or whatever. Tell your spouse. Respect them enough to tell them your troubles. And you think, well, that rocks the boat. Say, well, it's better than the boat tipping over. Don't let kids divide you. This is a big one. You have to be together. If your kids say, well, mom said I could, or dad said I could, you go talk to each other, and you say, well, let me check with dad, let me check with mom first, because this is a big one. Kids just want what they want. They don't know they're causing trouble. But you are the adults. You solve the problem, and you check with each other on what you're going to allow your children to do. Maybe I'll do another video on that one, on raising children. That's a good idea. Okay, pretend your marriage is a boat. Okay, you guys are in this boat together, and this is your boat with you, your spouse, and your children are in it. I didn't want to draw the children. Okay, don't jump out of the boat when there's a storm. When there's a big fight or a big problem, whatever, who in their right mind would jump out of a boat when there's a storm? You stay in there. You batten down the hatches. You help. You say, you grab this. You do this. Let's solve this problem. You don't jump out. You have to help keep it together. You help each other. You don't jump out and say, good luck with that one. And batten down the hatches. That means you don't want water going in underneath. And you work together. Do not jump out of the boat. You see that so many times where you just leave right in the middle of a marriage when there's kids. And say, why did you do that? Don't do it. It's you stay, you make it work. You just really do see it happen a lot. Get it to work. You make it work. Okay? You don't give up. You just say, I am not giving up. Okay, one of the strongest shapes that you can ever find is a triangle. And here's your triangle. God at the base, man and woman. You'll never find a shape stronger than the triangle. The carpenters use this all the time. You look around and you see a triangle, and you cannot break a triangle. So if you want a strong marriage, keep this triangle. Don't try it without God. If you do, good luck. It's not going to happen. So get that triangle in your life. God, man, woman. And that way you can have a nice, strong marriage. Okay. So the only times to give up on a marriage is if there's addiction, adultery, and abuse. And even these can be fixed if both partners are willing. But if one partner won't do it, there's really not much you can do. It takes two to tango. Okay. You need to grow together. When you're married, you start out young and giggly and everything just seems wonderful. And then you start having disagreements. You start to grow together. You got to water, nurture. And all of the things that I've said before, these are all the nurturings of growing together. Don't leave one behind and expect your marriage to work. Okay, now we're going to talk about appreciation and expectation. When you're dating, you appreciate, and then when you get married, you start expecting. Never flip over onto the expecting side. Always stay on the appreciation. I appreciate that you took the garbage out, honey. I appreciate that you watched the kids for me instead of, oh, how come you didn't take the garbage out? Appreciate. This is one of the strongest things that I can tell you is stay on the appreciation side and let your spouse know that you appreciate and don't expect or you will lose your marriage. Okay, now you need to go down the same road. You need to have the same religion. You need to have the same values. You need to have the same ideas on how you're going to raise your children. You need to have discussions about this. You could even have meetings um, on how to stay on the same road. You can't divide or you won't end up in the same place. Oh, compliments are the food for your soul. Wow, I can't define this enough on your compliments. Wow, you're so strong. Wow, thanks for taking such good care of us. When there's adultery, guess what that other person is saying? They're complimenting them left and right, and you wonder, oh, well, what happened? Say, well, you compliment. If you want to keep somebody in your marriage, if you want to keep your spouse in your marriage, compliment them. You can never get enough of that. And look at each other in the eyes. I see so many times where couples won't even look at each other. Look in your eyes. You'll see love. That's how you see deep into their souls is love. Is looking into their eyes. And don't be afraid to do this. Practice looking at each other for 30 seconds. And touch every day. Touch their shoulders, and when you walk by each other, smile and caress their cheek or their hair or do some gentle thing every single day. We eat every day, so touch every day. Okay, put down your cell phones when you are together. I hate to say it, but apparently that's a problem. You're more interested in that cell phone. Put it down and be where you are. And smile and touch and talk. And this will keep your marriage together. Never give up. You see people give up so quick. Well, I want a divorce. Okay. Well, hello, do not give up. Fight for your marriage. Fight for it. Don't fight in your marriage. Fight for your marriage. And it's worth it. It's worth it in the end. Do not give up. And take pictures of your wedding day and look at them. Hang them around the house. It will remind you what started all of this. And you'll look how cute and innocent you guys were when you were first starting out, and hang them all over the place. And it's a reminder of this is where it all started, and we're going to keep it together. We will not give up and do all the things that I've said so far. And it works. It just does. You need to be kind to each other and remind each other of your love. These pictures do. They remind each other of your love. Make it happen. Make it happen. You think love just happens, la la la, like it does in the fairy tales. You have to make it happen. This isn't something that just goes. You think, well, we fell in love and we fell out of love. It says that is the biggest lie you'll ever hear that you tell yourselves. You make it happen and you say, you know what? I will not give up. And you constantly tell each other, remind each other of your love. And since love isn't a noun, that's why you have to make it happen. Now I want you to go and live your happily ever after. And make your love something that is worth keeping. And here's a picture of me and my honey. And
it's been so
41 years
since we've done the waltz. Could you swing and twirl me once more? Let's go left, right, as the music plays on. Sway. the floor.